All right, guys, we are here to talk about how to get your I-cord, which I've got right here, into your new bucket bag so that it turns it from what looks like just a little flimsy basket into the actual backpack. All right, so what I like to do is press my backpack out nice and flat. You can see that there is a seam running up the back here. I like to just kind of get that as centered as possible, which means that the centerpiece would be in the center since it is diagonal. That has a lot to do, I believe, with just the way that I crochet, that some people's seams won't be as diagonal. But once I get that placed here, all right, you are going to take your I-cord, and I tried to make this super easy. So you only need one strand of I-cord and you're not going to have to tie any knots or anything. This was the simplest way that I could find to create the bucket bag without having to create multiple straps. All right, so you're going to take one end of your strap and you're going to find in even spaces across the bottom right here, which is where the straps for your bag, the shoulder straps, are going to come out of the bag. All right, you don't have to go on either side. You can go straight into the sides, but for this video, I'm going to go into these 2 points right here. So they're just about centered from each other. So you're going to take your cord, you're going to find the ridge that was created when you worked into the back 2 loops. All right, and you're going to go just above that into this space right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and push that in, and I'm going to have to reach in and get it. Oop. Come on. I say it's easy. Here we go. I was pulling on the wrong side. All right, so once you pull that through, you can push your bag back down. Okay. And then from here, you're actually going to run that string. If we look inside the bag, let me actually fold it over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing inside the bag. If I look in here, you can see the string. All right. I am going to then reach in here and push it through that next hole. All right. So the next hole is right about here. So I'm going to stick my finger in there, open the bag up, find where my finger is coming through, take this, push it through that space. All right, now from here, we're going to pull the cord until it's even. All right, a little bit further. All right, so now you can see, if I fold that over, that the straps are pretty much even. I could pull this side a little bit more. Okay, so once your straps are even, you're going to take your bag, place it straight up and down. I'm going to flip this back up. All right, making sure that your straps are facing you this way. All right, so they're right in the center, coming out of the back of the bag. And then I'm going to take my bag and I'm going to pinch it like this, trying to make sure that it's even. So you want to kind of crease that down all the way down the bag. So I'm pushing this in like this, holding that down. All right. All right, doesn't have to be perfect, but there we go. Okay. So now I've got my bag closed here. Oh, let's put this right here so you guys can still see it. Now, what's going to happen is these 2 ends of the straps that are coming out of the back side of the bag here. And let's see, actually, see, mine is a little off. So I'm going to redo that real quick. Let me make sure that that is here. There we go. So let's do it that way. Okay, that should be right now. Yes, okay. So I wanted to make sure that my straps were actually even with this top portion of the bag. Now the two ends that you have left are actually going to go through each of these layers, okay? And I am going to be inserting them underneath the very first row. So they're going to be going into these holes underneath the first stitch. And you want them to hit right down the center, okay? So I'm going to do this on one side. Let's see, we're going to go in right here. I'm just going to take my time, pull it through a little bit, and then go through the next one. Let's go through this space. All right. And then into the next space. And then into the last piece here, coming out the front. All right, so then this is what that will look like, okay? And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have stitch counts for this. It's just making sure that you try to center it. So between here and here, you're gonna try to hit the center. Between here and here, you're gonna try to hit the center. Oh, and the cat just jumped up on the table. There we go. Okay. All right, so same thing on the other side. I'm going to try to look from here to here and hit just in the center of this piece and going underneath the first layer or the first row from the top. So you can see if I flip this over where that's going in, I've got my first row here and it's going in between the first row and the second row. All right, same thing on the next one. Here we go. And let's go through this one. And then the last piece here. Okay. All right. So now you just want to have enough space for your shoulder straps. Okay, so if I flip this over, we can see my straps. And once you have enough space for your shoulder straps, you have what's left over in the front. Let me actually turn it this way for you. All right. And then here is where you can tie your bow. And what's great about this setup is that you don't actually have to undo the bow in order to open the bag, all right? So you've got your bow here, and that's how it will be when you're wearing your backpack. But then if you take your backpack off, you can open it up using the straps, because now you don't have big, nice straps, but you can open that up, leaving the bow tied. And then when you're ready to go, you can cinch the straps and you've got your shoulder straps back. Now, if you want to, you could actually join some new yarn here and work half double crochet stitches across and then continue to work up until you've got a nice flap that you could then close down over your bag if you want to. And you could even feed the bow through the flap as well if you really wanted extra security. But I really just wanted this to be as simple as possible. It's a fun little bag. Because we're using double-stranded ribbon yarn, it's a very sturdy bag, so you can hold quite a bit without it losing its shape. But I hope you enjoy this little bag. I'm super excited about it. This is my first bag of 2022 for the summer months, and I would love your feedback. So if you've made this bag and you enjoyed this tutorial, let me know in the comments. And I would love to see your finished bag. So if you are on Instagram or if you want to join my Facebook group, you can check all the details in the link below. And I would love to see your finished creations. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, happy hooking!